recipe I'm making for our Come Dine With Me starter is Stilton, pecan and thyme stuffed mushrooms for two. I've got all the ingredients ready prepared here. I've got about 60 grams of Stilton chopped up into small chunks, fairly coarse breadcrumbs from a couple of slices of wholemeal bread. You can use whatever bread you want, that's just what I happen to have in my freezer. And I've got 60 grams of pecan nuts chopped up into fairly haphazard sizes. And I've got thyme leaves from a small bunch of thyme, probably about 25 grams. I've also got 2 large flat field mushrooms, and I've taken their central stalks out of those. And then the final ingredient is a generous plug of olive oil. Now at this point, when you come to stuff the mushrooms, and if you're a tidy and efficient cook, you may well do the really obvious thing, which is to combine the Stilton and the breadcrumbs and the pecan nuts and the thyme in a bowl and mix it all together and then stuff the mushrooms. But I'm not a tidy or efficient cook. I prefer making a mess, and I like the sort of meditative process of layering it all up inside the mushrooms. But whichever way you do it, the result will be equally delicious. So I'm just gonna do that. So I'll start with a bit of Stilton, a few breadcrumbs, pecans, and the thyme, and I'm basically just going to go around doing that till I've got the mushrooms as stuffed to the brim as I possibly can. So here you have one well and truly stuffed mushroom. Because I live on my own, I'm just going to bake one for my supper now, and put the other one in the fridge to eat in the next bake and eat in the next day or two. So in other words, this recipe is a really excellent one to do ahead of time. Make them the day before and pop them in the fridge, and then they're ready to bake when you need them. So I'm going to pour a really generous amount of olive oil over the top. Put more than you think wise. In fact, I also forgot to mention that you should line your baking tray with foil. I've preheated my oven to a baking temperature of 190, and I'm now going to pop it in. And here I have one baked stuffed mushroom, which I baked for 25 minutes. I remembered just after I put it in that the pecan nuts would be liable to burn, so I took it out again and popped an extra piece of foil over the top, and I removed the foil 5 minutes before the end of cooking, so that the top of the mushroom could go nicely crispy without burning. Another nice thing to do is you can reduce a little bit of balsamic vinegar and drizzle it over your finished mushroom. I hope you enjoyed it.